Tristana. It gives you double AD threat against the Gallia, who wants to be kind of anti-MR, and it's going to be Sejuani to give them their hard engage. So yeah. Sejuani, we are assuming going to be in the jungle, and Rumble top. Huhi going to be able to grab another engaged champ. I feel like Sen just has an easier. So Hambach, I think, is waiting for impact and seeing, can I get over there for a smite steal? Huhi has now arrived as well as nice sidestep there from Lions. Will be able to go over the wall, but Kryra in some trouble. They're going to just continue the chase here. Will impact flash forward. He uses the taunt. Can't really catch too much, but does get the Bard. And Lions now flashing out. Not going to be able to get away. First blood grabbed by Dark. Then impact was not getting punished more heavily than that. Eventually caught up.
Yeah, impact has been incredibly solid. Also, based off of the shenanigans that happened to Gromp, seems like a pretty easy Drake by Hambach.
Scaling items. So these matchups where you're getting poked become very, very difficult because Trist only trades by going aggressive. And when you jump in, you get feared and you just get hit by ulti. It is really, really tough. And in my experience, these matchups
matter almost ever for the top laners. All the plays are happening through mid-bot at the moment, and that's where Darkwings is pushing in Call Me, and another engage on Lions.
Yeah, Lions going to be trying to get out of there. Flashes away, but Hambach just flashes over the Tempered Fate, finishes them off. Lions, and a lot of it, I feel like, yeah, you know, it's one of these things where it's just kind of snowballing off of the earlier play, right? But great engage here. Can they actually knock down Hambach? Let's see. Sajed going to be turned around on, is in some trouble, going to get knocked down, pops the ulti. Sajed has to use the heal, and does have the spell shield come back up. The ulti from Hambach will expire, but he dashes back in, gets the flash force. Hambach almost gets him with the win, becomes lightning, and Kryra takes the kill, so Sajed has to use scouting everything out. They're not worried at all.
Yeah, still really impressed with Hambach and just the overall synergy from Sentinels in this Game 5. It's been such a hard-fought series to this point. Definitely a few mistakes being made in previous games, but in this one, the overplay has.
I love it.
So Sentinels definitely making this draft look very effortless in its execution, knowing that there's just that one bit of hard engage, and he can't get rid of them. So now, even with no ult, oh, Darkwings fails flash.
Darkwings, oh no, he did fail his flash going over the wall. Tried to get over, but doesn't get to try to knock him down.
I think this is going to be mid-turret, which will open up the map even more. The gold is very close, especially after that shutdown went for Darkwings, but I feel like there's a lot of standing gold that Sentinels is going to want to collect.
So he is back in his home, in between the two towers. Now abusing Castle, but he's taking a lot of damage this time as he does get hit by a binding. Castle going to overheat, trying to move forward here, going to be thrown into the exhaust. Nice sidestep on the Verisol though. Rahel trying to turn things around. Kryra is here. They won't. And he is playing against an MR stacking Galio, right? Yeah. Like this is a first full item of magic resist. They do throw down the Bard ulti. Can they look for a play? But all of Sentinels are coming. This is looking not good. Call Me should be able to knock down the tower, but can he actually get out of dodge? Does have the rocket jump, but that is not going to keep him safe. Knocks down the tower, but it'll cost him his life. Unfortunately for Sentinels, Huhi grabs the time in the fight, where I don't know if DSG can get past the Xin. So I think that's really the question here is, can they set up Sajed as well as Call Me to have a successful fight? And they're going to go for the engage. Equalizer will get thrown down, but I mean, it's come up, right? You know, we're seeing a lot of young players on FlyQuest. We're seeing guys like Kryra, like Kizno, like Sajed, all looking really strong as Huhi playing this very aggressively. In comes impact from behind, and Lions could be in some trouble, but is able to use the magical journey to get back to safety. But Call Me is now cut off from the rest of his team, and Impact is going to be able to tank this one up. Call Me flashes back. Good Bard ult to buy a bit of time. And now Darkwing get caught under the tower by a Kryra ultimate. Nice turnaround there. The resets could be coming through. Do they want to jump in on this? Sajed arrives. They're going to try to chase down Impact, who has no flash. Rahel in position, going to try to look for a turn. The Equalizer comes through, and Castle flashes over. He has the overheat there. Trying to knock down Rahel. Doesn't quite have the damage, but they do get a couple kills. Do they have the confidence to go for the Baron? They're going to make the call to try to do it. Call Me is basing. Is DP still on cooldown, though, unless the Spectator client is wrong? And Castle may have just gone too far. Castle now is zoned off by himself. He wanted to chase. The rest of his team wanted Baron. And now that miscommunication may really cost them. Call Me is back, but, oh man, Castle chased way too far. The rest of the team wanted to go get towards IE for both of their carries. That would be huge, but Call Me going to be able to rocket jump to safety, will be pushed back, and it means that tower top should fall. Of course, they're not going to have the IE for this next fight, and that is going to be the Soul fight. So this is the 1v4 right now until Call Me arrives, and Call Me might be spotted soon. Sentinels trying to posture aggressively with that extra man. Now Call Me shows Castle on the side is in a lot of trouble. He has no flash from the previous fight, drops the equalizer, but he could be in trouble. Cryer over the wall, catches the ulti under a hell, but it's Castle that's down. The ulti comes through from Lions, but it gets him nothing. Sajed is going to try to flash into the magical journey, but it expires. Sajed is going to fall. Sentinels win the fight. They want more, and they're going to get it. And now Cryer
too early. It's a total disaster there as DSG lose 3 and the Soul.
And that's Mountain Soul. This is going to make things a lot.
Make sure their waves are pushed up. Make sure they're approaching with vision. And they should be able to close this one out.
I mean, they keep canceling their recalls. They could get spotted. Can they approach?
Yeah, it's so hard for them to approach. Rahel hitting it now. Shreds it almost instantly.
Okay, well, he's going to spot it now. So now they know for sure. They're going to TP the Tristana back out.
I mean, Cryer will just have to blind flash in. If they can get any vision over top,
they're going to delay with the Bard ult. Can Cryer get in and try to steal this away? Call Me's on the side, fighting against Darkwings as well as Huhi. Cryer, does he go? Nice binding comes through. The equalizer's on no one at all from Castle. Hombok goes forward, but Hombok's just going to get burst down. He's shut down by Castle. In comes the Galio ultimate, but it's not timed correctly. Castle flashes and Magical Journey's back out the save.
So they're back at the Baron.
This is scary, though. If you're in the pit against the equalizer here, Castle is very, very strong. So Jed going to get spotted over the wall, but does have a spell shield. Call Me is pushing mid lane here, so he's going to be trying to continue that. Rahel coming to respond now, and Call Me's going to have to be careful because he's separated from the team.
Yeah, I don't think Call Me can get through, and Hombok also doesn't really take damage from the Baron, so they're really just hoping DSG commits in, and then they can get their fight.
Castle is moving over to try to regroup with Call Me, but now potentially Sentinels could engage to the other side. Some poke coming through onto Cryer. The Baron's getting low. There's the equalizer across multiple members, and the ulti from Cryer. It's going to be cleansed off, though, by who he is. Cryer is incredibly low. Lions flashes back, as well as the flash from Sajed, but Sajed falls to Rahel. It's up to Castle and Call Me. They're going to try to get something done here on the side, but they get no kills at all. They lose their bot lane, and it feels like they're about to lose so much more.
Can just go right back onto the Baron. It is a 3v5.
Crier's in a lot of trouble.
Away.
He's got a flash and over on the other side. Call Me's going in. They're going to try to win the fight on the side, and they're going to get Rahel. He burns down. That is a massive shutdown as Hombok was trying to go for a kill on one side. Call Me going to get spotted out. Can he make a great escape? He cannot. He falls. But without the Varus, this is so much harder to do. Castle's got to try to stay alive, though. He gets caught on the recall briefly there. Overheats, trying to go in on a Huhi, but surely has no damage to finish him off. And Impact is not going to go down. They're delaying the death. They're just delaying the death.
Yeah, because Elder is going to be up in 34 seconds, and now he's dead for 20 seconds after Elder, and 5 will likely be alive for this Baron. So Sentinels really on top of the death timers, even if the game is crazy. The start of that fight, Huhi did incredible to peel the backside of the fight. Cryer is sticking around for some miracle steal, but it's looking tough. This will be Baron and probably Elder as well. It depends how long it takes Sentinels to reset and go down for the Elder.
Yeah, it's still 30 seconds until Castle respawns here. They're going to be able to have the Baron buff on all 5 for Sentinels, so instant reset
TP and deep, but they'd have to get onto the carry. So Rahel's no flash. He might be a target if they can find him.
They are split once more. Do they have eyes on Castle? Cryer getting chunked down once again. He's down 2 levels, remember, here, and is not very tanky. Call Me and Sajed. It's really all about them and Castle. Castle on the side. Are they going to try to go for it here? In comes the equalizer, but it's at the same time as the Bard ult. It cancels everything. Sajed is going to be charmed up. He's going to be taunted up. Castle's in trouble.
They still kill Darkwings.
Sajed is gone. They do get Darkwings. Call Me's going to jump in, but he just gets knocked up and he gets knocked down. That Bard ult was playing for the other team. Sentinels crush the fight. We'll see how much more they can get, but the anti-timing there from Lions as it immunes the equalizer damage, immunes the Sejuani ulti, and Sentinels are marching on the Nexus.
That's probably the game. Just a series of unfortunate events for Lions' Bard this game. He hit one nice one in the top lane, but had several go in the wrong direction. 4 alive, Castle the only defender. This is probably the series, Azael.
This is definitely looking like the series. Impact tanking up the towers. Castle can do nothing. Sentinels were pushed, but they did not break. They take down DSG. They qualify.